Well, greetings and salutations, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well today. Today I have some shocking revelations to share with you. I'm starting to put the pieces together on how the local, state, and federal governments work hand in hand to cover up these unsolved, unknown animal attacks. Before we get into that, though, a couple links. As you know, I rely on Patreon, PayPal, and my merch store to help the channel to continue to grow and go. Those links are in the description below. Also, Dogman Frightening Encounters, Volume 1, 2, and 3, the audiobook versions. They were written and researched by Tom Lyons, narrated and produced by me, Jeffrey Nadolny. Those books are available on Audible, Amazon, and iTunes. The links to those are also in the description as well. Now, everyone, I have taken far too much of your time. Let's get on with today's upload. Shall we? I'd like to share this with everybody. Today's upload is special to me because not only am I starting to put these pieces together, but I am recording it right at midnight, September 16th, which today is my 45th birthday. And a couple years back, I started this channel. And with the help and support of you guys, this channel has really grown to what it is now. And I'm not just saying this because of myself. I'm saying this as the channel. The whole Dogman Encounter with Jeffrey Nadolny channel. Not just me, but you. Because you guys are what keeps the foundation together. We, as a team, sharing your encounters, sharing your comments, sharing your information with me, we have become a force to reckon with. And I want to thank everybody. So just the other day, I was discussing how dogmen are tactical, militaristic, very intelligent at their stalking, hunting ability. And I shared this case with you. But there is an update to this case, and it bears a striking resemblance to the Jimtown Road double attack. Doctor found dead in ditch, likely killed by pack of wild dog, Georgia police say. May 15th, 2020, 2:02 p.m. Authorities in Lyons, Georgia, say a pack of roaming wild dog likely mauled the local doctor to death. The body of Nancy Shaw was discovered in a ditch around 3 in the morning on May 7th, according to the Associated Press. Lyons police said an officer spotted Shaw's car pulled over on the side of the road, still running, and the door wide open. The officer got out of the patrol car to investigate and found a female that was deceased in the ditch, Lyons Police Department Chief Wesley Walker told local station WTOC. She was a caring person. She was a friend of ours, Walker said. WTOC reported. When I realized who it was devastating. Autopsy results confirm that Shaw, a noted pet lover and doctor of internal medicine at Meadows Regional Medical Center, was killed by animals, WTOC reports. On May 8th, police found and seized the dogs allegedly involved in the attack that killed the 62-year-old doctor. The city of Lyons said in a press release, officials said no charges have been filed against the dog's owners as of yet. The city would like to assure the citizens of Lyons that the city has an adequate animal control ordinance and a competent animal control division, officials say. The city uses community policing to enforce its running at large regulations, and when compliance is not achieved, prosecutes offenders regularly. News of Shaw's death prompted an outpouring of sympathy from the local community. So sad and senseless. Can't imagine owning a dog breed that would be prone to doing this, one Facebook user wrote, let alone a pack of them. Prayers go out to the doctor's loved ones. So heartbreaking, no matter how it happened, wrote another. My heart hurts for Dr. Shaw's family and loved ones. One user added that someone needs to be prosecuted. The investigation into Shaw's death is ongoing, Lyons police state. Now, this is where things get a little funky, because if you look up Dr. Nancy Shaw, you will pull up maybe 4, 5, possibly 6, on Google, very short articles of her attack. Now, if you look up Dr. Nancy Shaw and then put Gregory Van Mosley, that's when this info comes up. It's kind of hidden, which is kind of strange if you think about it. Now, they found Dr. Shaw on the 7th. In the article I just read to you on May 8th, they found supposedly the dogs responsible. And then it has been a year and 4 months to make an arrest, which is kind of strange. I want to share this with you so we can fit these puzzle pieces together and you can see what I'm talking about. August 24th, 2021. Lyons Police Chief Wesley Walker said Monday morning that an arrest has been made in the 2020 death of Vidalia physician Nancy Shaw. Gregory Van Mosley, 65, of Lyons, was charged with involuntary manslaughter after evidence received recently from the state crime lab allowed authorities to pursue prosecution in the case, Walker states. Mosley was taken to Holmes County Jail for processing, where he posted a $5,000 property bond and awaits arraignment. The body of Dr. Shaw, 62, was discovered in a ditch on Skyline Boulevard in Lyons around 3 a.m. May 7th. A Lyons policeman was on routine patrol when he encountered a vehicle parked on the wrong side of the road with its engine running and driver's door open. When the officer exited his vehicle to investigate, he found Dr. Shaw's body in an adjacent ditch. Chief Walker said there was no evidence at the scene to indicate why Dr. Shaw left her vehicle. But based on the wounds on Dr. Shaw's body, the investigating officers suspected that Dr. Shaw sustained fatal bites inflicted in the animal attack. The preliminary report following an autopsy conducted at the state crime lab confirmed the cause of death as multiple bite wounds, the chief said. Further testing conclusively determined the cause of death and that animals secured by law enforcement were involved, Walker said. 3 of the 4 dogs thought to be responsible for the death were located soon after the body was discovered. 2 of the dogs were wearing collars with the owner's name. The chief confirmed that the 3 bulldog mixed dogs are still being held at the Lyons Animal Control Facility and are considered evidence in the case. The chief said the 4th dog was shot and killed by a Lyons resident when it attempted to break into a chicken pen at his neighbor's property. The chief said both the city of Lyons and Holmes County have leash laws that prohibit animals from roaming. Animals must be in a pen or in a leash, he said. He also said Dr. Shaw, who lived alone, died about a mile from her home on Skyline Boulevard. A native of Providence, Rhode Island, Dr. Shaw relocated to Vidalia after being recruited by the Meadows Regional Medical Center. She was a member of the MRMC, hospitalist team from 2012 until her death. This is another article, just so we can learn a little bit more about this person of interest who, after 16 months, just mysteriously pops up. Man charged with involuntary manslaughter after pack of dogs kills woman in Lyons. Published August 24th, 2021. Updated August 25th, 2021. A suspect has been arrested after a pack of dogs attacked and killed a doctor in 2020, according to the Lyons Police Department. According to Chief Wesley Walker of the Lyons PD, Greg Mosley of Lyons has been arrested and charged with involuntary manslaughter. The body of Dr. Nancy Shaw was found in a ditch in May of last year. Police spotted a car on Skyline Boulevard around 3 in the morning, pulled over on the wrong side of the road, car running and door open. They recognized the woman as Dr. Shaw, a longtime internalist at the Meadows Regional Medical Center. Lyons Police Chief says the department received a tip that led to Mosley's home just outside of city limits. Investigators were able to get a search warrant for the home. The police chief says that's when they found 4 dogs, confirmed Mosley was the dog's owner. According to Lyons Police Department, the dogs possibly involved in the incident were identified and seized after the incident. I'm glad that we were able to bring some closure to Dr. Shaw's death, said Chief Wesley Walker with the Lyons Police Department. Dr. Nancy Shaw was a well-known longtime internalist at the Meadows Regional Medical Center. The police chief says she was also an animal lover. While investigators are still trying to determine what led to Dr. Shaw's death, they believe her love for animals ultimately resulted in her tragic death. We believe she was on her way home. We believe that she got out to help them, to feed them, to make sure that they were okay. And we are not exactly sure what transpired at that point. Lyons police identified and seized the dogs involved a day after the body was found. Chief Walker says one had already been shot by a farmer after it was trying to kill its livestock. The other 3 remain at the local animal shelter. We will continue to do that until there is some sort of resolution in this case, and we receive some order from the court of what to do with the dogs at that point. Chief Walker says he met with the district attorney about the case because it's a unique one. Now that Greg Mosley's been arrested, the next step is arraignment and possibly a trial. We believe we have a prosecutable case moving forward. Alright, so like I said in the beginning of the video, I had just recently talked about this case. How dogmen are very militaristic and tactful when hunting prey. They're very cunning animals, and they use kind of like bait or, trickery, for lack of a better word, to hunt human. But what's interesting is when I typed in Dr. Nancy Shaw, I got 6, it's about 6 cases from last year, or articles from last year about this case. Not one of those articles from last year stated that they had taken dogs into quote-unquote custody, and which is very strange. Why wouldn't you let the public know? So they sit on this case for a long time. And I'm guessing that with all of these animal attacks, air quotes, animal attacks, these guys started to get an itch in their ass a little bit, especially with the one with the Jimtown Road and the kind of framing leaving him to hang out and dry. Case of Charles Owensby. And I'm not saying Owensby is a good guy at all. He's got a very extensive crime record, but none have anything to do with murder or whatever. You know what I mean? It's so really quick. Just want to share this. Published July 29th, 2021. Conveniently a month before this Greg Mosley guy is arrested for an attack that happened a year ago, and they supposedly had these dogs in custody. Cott County, Tennessee, updated July 28th. Man who reported the first of the violent Cott County animal attacks is now facing a marijuana charge, according to Cott County Sheriff's Office. Chief Josh Hartzell, the county jail administrator, said the marijuana charge was the only charge he knew of for Charles Everett Owensby, 69. The CCSO said a SWAT team executed a search warrant at the property of Owensby's ex-wife, Cecilia McCarter, in the Edwina community. Owensby was located at the scene and arrested for possession of marijuana, and an aggressive dog was taken into custody. Cott County Sheriff Armando Fuentes, our friend Armando in his pink tutu. Investigators collected DNA from 2 other dogs at the location that belonged to other people in 2 separate homes on the property. Fuentes said deputies had probable cause to seize the animals. While searching the scene, officers located a shallow grave at the property containing a dead dog. Investigators collected DNA from it and seized a vehicle owned by Owensby to undergo forensic processing. In April, Owensby reported finding 52-year-old Tony Aarons, who had wounds across his body. Aarons was lying at the intersection of Carnation Way and Jimtown Road with torn and bloody clothing, according to an incident report. That's where Owensby lives. 3.5 months later, 29-year-old Amber Miller was found in the same spot. A witness told deputies that Miller was screaming for help, saying, "Please, please don't let me die." She was found at the same intersection in the yard of 522 Jimtown Road, with 3 dogs standing around her and licking the wounds where she had been attacked. Miller later died. Autopsies are pending to determine the exact cause of death in both cases. Updated July 26th. A person of interest has been identified in the connection of 2 deaths involving animals in Cott County, according to Sheriff Armando Fuentes. You sexy son of a bitch, you, in that pink tutu. Sheriff Armando told 10 News that his office would not release the name at this time as the investigation continues. He said a search warrant was executed in relation to the deaths, and they are making some strides. Autopsies are pending to determine the exact cause. Now, you got a search warrant for the dude for pot. We're not talking a lot either. We're not talking pounds, kilos. This dude was like a smoker. He had a little bag of dope in his pocket, you know. So this like intelligent prosecution in Newport decided, hey, let's send a SWAT team. If I lived in Virginia, if I lived in this area and this was happening to our tax dollars, and this is how they were doing this, you know, it'd be a little devastating to me. You're wasting resources, a shitload of resources, a SWAT team to serve a warrant for weed, huh? And then you're just you're gonna show up, you're gonna do everything in your power to seize everything you can, because why? Because you need a scapegoat. And that's what Owensby is. Just like Mosley there. On April 1st, the Cott County Sheriff's Office found Tony Aarons unresponsive with cuts across his entire body and flesh missing from his left arm. He was lying on the ground at the intersection of Carnation Way and Jimtown Road with torn and bloody clothes. It was just astonishing, said Terry Kirkpatrick, who lives off of Jimtown Road and was friends with Tony Aaron. I see him every day. I talk to him every day. We hang out every day. 3.5 months later, 29-year-old Amber Miller was found in the same spot. A witness told deputies that Miller was screaming for help and saying, "Please, please don't let me die." She was found at that same intersection in the yard of 522 Jimtown Road with 3 dogs standing around her and licking the wounds where she had been attacked. This next sentence is very interesting. "It's pretty dangerous just to walk through where I live," Kirkpatrick said. "I don't want anybody else getting hurt." Well, if you seized all the friggin' dogs, then why is it still dangerous? There, Kirkpatrick, tell us why. I know why, because, and I only know why, and you guys know why, because we had a subscriber come on and talk to a homeless gentleman underneath the train trestle. And he said that while you're leaving on your motorcycle, be safe, because that thing will come out of the woods and take you off of your bike and drag you back into the woods. And this poor guy's got to live out there. None of this is even making sense. Documents obtained by 10 News show the address of the attack belongs to Charles Everett Owensby. And then they go on to say a list of his old crimes, a history of criminal charges, although many of them have been dismissed. Look, he's not a great guy. He's not. But does he really deserve to be railroaded? I mean, honestly, if you have been following along with this case, there shouldn't be. None of it makes sense. And none of it makes sense with the Mosley guy or Mosley, because you put these dogs, you get these dogs a day after the attack. You don't share it with the newspaper. Yet they have collars stating who the owner is. And then you wait 16 months to arrest him or even bring him in for questioning. But why wouldn't the media share the news with us? Why wouldn't they? Are the police hiding it from the media? Doubtful. I'm guaranteeing the police probably told the media to keep a lid on it and, just zip it for now until we can figure everything out. So, we have very similar cases, all suppressed by the media and the local, all the way up to the state. And I'm guessing federal had been involved as well. But none of it makes sense. And I'm at a loss of words, as you should be as well. Because the media is supposed to be kind of our friend, I guess. We get our news from them. But they give us false news. They give us a wrong narrative. They give us the narrative that the police and the local government want to give us. Cases, the attacks are similar and the cover-ups are similar. That's enough for me. That's enough. That's picture perfect puzzle piecing together for me. We could even go to the Texas one. They threw us off with the two agencies, this is in Lipin, Texas, the two agencies arguing that it was not an animal attack, but it was an animal attack, and, yada, yada, yada. I did record my conversation with the sheriff department. That's on the channel somewhere if you want to look for it and find it and listen to it. It's not really great at all because no one gives us any info. There will never be any info, only if it comes from the media, and then it's got to get approved by the government locally, state, federal, whoever runs the show. We're probably going to get another news article from the Brenda Hamilton case stating that they found the dogs that were responsible for her and another arrest will be made. None of this makes sense, guys. None of it. I'm literally in my studio at 1 a.m. now, and I'm sweating because I get so frustrated inside about this that I don't know what else to do. It's disgusting. These dogmen or Sasquatch or whatever is doing it, I know it's Dogman. I have this just gut feeling. I'm wondering something, actually. I'm wondering if the government is thinning out the herd. I'm wondering if this is just a precursor to what's really going to happen soon. I'm wondering if they're going to really let them out on us all very soon. Just practice runs. Cover it up, practice run. And then when something big happens and whoever is in charge passes that law or whatever to release the hounds on the humans of America, on the populace of America, release the hounds. We all need to be ready for this because I really, give me a year ago, I would have said, nope, no, not possible. But now I'm 100% freaking positive that something bad is going to happen. And these government jerk-offs are going to literally release the hounds on us. And we the people, have that right to bear arms, but are we really going to be able to take them all out? And maybe that's another reason why they want to take our guns, is if we don't have guns, then we're just sheep. I mean, we already are, even with our firearms. We're fighting it seems like an endless and pointless fight on our end because they're always going to have the upper hand. But if we keep thinking about this and looking at everything and questioning it, then they kind of lose a little bit of truth, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's upload as much as I did. I want to apologize for... I get really frustrated when I'm talking about these cases. It bothers me because, that could be my aunt, that could be my uncle, that could be my mom, that could be my dad, that could be my daughter, that could be me, that could be you or your family members. I don't know. Anyway, like I said, I get worked up. Be kind to each other, guys, because as it seems, we're the only people that are going to be kind to us. So, with that, farewell.